All right, class, settle down. Class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Don't Starve. Back from my little, I'm playing a lot of Total War hiatus. If that's what you want to call it. I think that I was trying to go kill a McTusk, but on the other hand, if I recall correctly, I am a bajillion miles from any McTusks whatsoever, and therefore can't actually kill any, so that's a thing. We'll have to wait for the next year, which is kind of a shame, because, you know, you do want to actually get the stuff from them, especially the tusks that you can make yourself a walking cane. It was just something I hadn't really thought of ahead of time, because normally there's going to be usually one on the map that you're able to find, but that hasn't really happened here, as you can see. You know, it happens. But in any event, I mean, we've got a quick check of our stuff here indicates that we've got plenty of stuff going on. So we got migrating penguins right in our base. That's fantastic. They'll be friends. They'll just be like our lovely, fine feathered friends who are just going to wander around in their very classy tuxedos and potentially requisition funds from me in a sort of payment plan sort of scheme. Because I don't want to fight them. Don't mess with the mob. Unless you're like the gigantic mob of tall birds. That actually kind of wrecked them. That was kind of interesting. Alright, so there we go. Oops, I did have an empty one. Oh, well, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. Alright, so we've got these guys waddling around in our base, which is intimidating as hell, because if they get aggroed, you know, bad things can happen. But either way, we're not going to worry about that too much right now. Now, we do want to get a little bit more meat, and that is going to require another trip up to the tall bird hill. That is up there. Someone was saying that you can blow those up, which might be a good idea to limit the number of ones that we have to fight at any given time, but at the same time, like, we want to not blow up too many of them, because if we blew up too many of them, of course, we'd end up in a situation where we just don't have any more recyclable meat sources, so not what we want to do there. And here I am yammering along as though I were some other YouTuber that doesn't have this focus. And that's because I'm sort of trying to get myself oriented a little bit here as this winter continues along. Alright. We should actually have relatively decent protection against the cold here, because we've got our full-on beard here. It doesn't look like it's too cold of a day out, and we've got this winter hat, so... Oh my god. The entire mob has moved into my house. The plus side is, the penguins seem to have done a good job clearing up the remainder of the frogs. What little bit of frogs there were left. Which is fantastic. I hate those frogs. Alright. And we're gonna pick bundles of grass today. We don't have enough time to really do the hunting that I wanted to do otherwise, so it's gonna mostly be this for a little bit here. One of the other things I should consider doing, I did it in my other playthrough. Oh, hello, Payday 2 pop-up. You're constantly doing stuff, aren't you? But yeah, like, I could start hunting a little bit, but I've wasted enough of the day. What I should be doing as well is thinking about putting down some baskets to catch some rabbits so I can make myself the, whatever the weird prestidigitator, that's the name of it, in this game as well. I built one, if I recall, in my other game. It doesn't really matter since I'm not doing anything with the damn thing, but I mean, you build one for the sake of building one. And then you go insane, but we definitely don't want to go insane yet, I guess, so that's the thing. We've got some evil flowers just south of our base in this one, so it is actually going to be pretty easy for us to go nuts if we want to. Okay, that's enough grass to start a good number of fires. We might start putting up the way pits, which is just starting to put around fire pits in places that you travel to. I don't always do it in every game just because I'm kind of lazy, but if you're playing it sort of better than I usually do, which, you know, I like to think that I play relatively well, but if you're playing better than I usually do, what you'll eventually start doing is putting down some sort of pits for fire just from place to place. And those are going to help you out by just making it so you don't need as much fuel when you're wandering around the map in winter, or if it turns dark or anything like that. It just lets you immediately drop down a fire and get going, as it were. Apparently I had 2 axes. They're both shit. Fantastic. I'll free up some inventory space. There we go. Alright, let's get some more wood on the fire since we're starting to feel a bit cold, or rather our heat stone is starting to degrade. Look at these little guys wandering around here. Alright, so how's our hunger meter? It's doing pretty well, actually. We don't really need to make any food here. So we won't. But, yeah, for the prestidigitator, let's go up to our alchemy engine just for a tiny second here. And let's go check magic. We need 4 rabbits, 4 planks, and a top hat. We don't even have a top hat in this playthrough right now. We probably have one in a box somewhere, actually. I got shovels in there. I have a lot of shovels in there. What the hell have I been doing? Okay, well, whatever. So, apparently, we have, like, 4 shovels in our chests. And what's probably been happening is I've been like, oh, yeah, I don't remember what I was doing. Let's build a shovel. And then I build a shovel, and, yeah, that happens. So, yeah, I think that looking at my loadout, I'm pretty sure what I was doing was I was looking for the McTusks, but, I mean, I'm really not sure where I would go hunting for one, so we might skip out on that. It looks like it would be actually ridiculously difficult. Looks like we got... You know, I'm going to avoid chopping that for just a second here, because I kind of suspect as well that we've got another axe in that box there. We might as well use up. Alright, and our food is getting a little bit low. It's a point where it's worthwhile making ourselves one of these. Our honey's actually a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. But that's fine. This is the month where, like, you don't get any honey, so that's also pretty much the reason. Alright. And man, are the nights ever long in this game. Especially in winter. Of course. That's just a part of the way of things. You know, now that they've added the declining health for bunnies, it would be neat if you could build rabbit cages. I think that would be something interesting. And, you know, even spider cages, that would be hilarious if you could start putting up cages with, like, little spiders in them. Maybe ones that you, like, release from time to time on invaders or whatever, or maybe you could, like, domesticate spiders. That'd be fun. Something for the modders out there, which I probably won't play because I never play with mods. I probably should, because, like, there are some pretty fantastic ones out there. It's just, you know, I don't play any of them. Okay, maybe I don't have another axe. I do tend to actually use my axes as opposed to my shovels. My shovels I sort of only use for a few things, but... Yeah, good to be back in the saddle, even though I don't really remember what I was doing. And this is going to be like, there have been good games out this year, and I've, you know, gone to Japan and stuff like that. I mean, it's going to be hard to stay focused on what I was doing, so it's going to be like, what was I doing? Oh yeah, that thing. And then the cycle starts anew. I really wish you could basket these guys. That would just make my life a little bit easier. I could also find, like, their root mound, like that thing over there, and dig it up so that they go away. But, I mean, they are a source of emergency meat. They're incredibly easy to hunt. So, I mean, all you have to do is go ahead and just be like... I wonder how much time I've got. Alright, let's get to... Well, we have got a lot of penguins in our base. And it is going to be the winter wolves. It's not going to be the summer wolves. So you know what? Let's have our penguin mafia friends deal with this. Ouch. Holy shit. Okay, so I think some of them have started fighting the penguins. I think Glommer's probably dead. No, he's still flying around there. Just keep running, keep running. These penguins aren't really fighting back. That's very strange. Oh yeah, no they are. It's just their attack animation's gone all wonky for some reason. It's just, this is interesting. Righto then. Something's gone a little bit odd here, because these penguins aren't attacking like they usually do. Or at least, maybe they patched out their aggressiveness, so, because they're sort of just taking this at face value a little bit. Or maybe it's their pathing is having issues because of all the boxes and crates and stuff like that around there. Yeah, let's help out. And we're a bit chilled there, but you know what? We're fine. Well, that was strange, but you know what? That's fine. Barely took any damage. Glommer did indeed die, it looks like. Damn it, Glommer. Alright, so we could make ourselves another old bell. Where did you die, Glommer? There we go. Alright. Another old bell. I don't actually use these things that often. I probably should, but, you know, whatever. Got some lovely gems and stuff in our base now. That's fantastic. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so I didn't get to accomplish the stuff that I wanted to accomplish today, but you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to burn this. There we go. And we're going to go looking through our chest for an axe, because we might have one. Does not look like we have one. Okay, so I guess we do have to build another one. Alright, so how did you guys do? Looks like you guys killed up your guy. That's fine. Penguins are all at attention. They've grabbed up their eggs and they're just like, what? Getting distracted from all the things I want to be doing by wolves and penguins. Alright, there we go. Now, if this were summer, I would, of course, have to have gone up north to the tall birds, or fall or spring, really, and use them to defend myself. I could actually learn to fight like a man instead of running around like some sort of coward, but you know what? I think cowardice befits a gentleman scientist as opposed to running around murdering everything with my spear. Now, if I was playing as Wigfrid, of course, we'd fight everything, but that's Wigfrid. Wigfrid does that sort of stuff. Alright. Our sanity has gotten quite low. We're going to take a couple flowers. Just because we can. We'll eat a little bit of that to recover a bit of that sanity. Or health, rather. We haven't lost very much health, mind you, but... stale jerky. That's always awful to see. There we go. We have so many dragon fruit seeds. We also want to start eating those. If it weren't for the fact that all our jerky's going bad. Alright. If this winter would just end, like, we could actually get some stuff done. Although, clearly winter's not going to end just yet, because the Cyclops hasn't shown up and kicked my ass, so... Although we did deal with that quite handily in our other playthrough. Would be actually nice to have that, because the Ibrella is a great item during spring. Alright, the background sound for those penguins is slowly driving me nuts, but that's okay. Let's see here. Okay, so... The top hat is going to be the hard part of the recipe for the prestidigitator for this particular playthrough. Just because, like, we've been having such trouble getting spiders that it's been a real pain. Like, I don't know why none of them have up to level 3. I'm guessing I have to be within a certain proximity that I'm just outside of, but, I mean, normally they turn to 3 no matter what the hell I do. And there's nothing I can do about it, but, or it could also be that I've been missing their cycle and they've been cycling back to level 1 spider nests, but I don't think I have, because I've been checking them fairly frequently. Alright, let's take that. Punch that down, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go check, I guess, spider nests before we check the tall birds, because we've got enough food to last us a while. I mean, like, I don't like the fact that we've only got 20 jerky. I kind of like to have more than that, but that's just because I'm some sort of ridiculous person who just wants to have, like, a monopoly on food of some sort that just doesn't work in-game. But other than that, you know, I don't really need that much food. It would be nice to have Glommer back, though, because that would bring my sanity back up into the positives a lot faster than what I'm doing, which is absolutely nothing. We're actually getting quite low there. I might have to build a flower wreath. Although I could just wear the puffy vest and my winter hat. I mean, I have got 2 winter hats for some reason, so... might slow the tide of my sanity slowly degrading. Not much, apparently, but it does slow the tide. I kind of like the RimWorld mechanic where, like, if you surround yourself with pretty-looking things, your sanity gets higher. That would be a nice feature in Don't Starve. If you could build, like... It would add some utility to flooring, I think. Where if you had a high-quality floor or, like, walls around you or something like that, it would make your sanity drop a little bit lower. You know, if you had lots of gold decorations, like bird cages and stuff like that, it would make your sanity go down a little bit slower. But on the other hand, like, sanity management is part of what makes this game hard. It's just that, you know, it stopped being hard. I was about to demonstrate a point about these guys here. Alright, bugger off then. I got a little bit. Oh well. Add a little bit more to that. It doesn't really matter. It's another reason to have a torch on. So. But yeah, chasing those away is always a good idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and find ourselves some of those spider nests. We'll pick up some flowers along the way. We're going to visit the spiders. We're bringing her some flowers. Spider Queen. It's like, hey, Spider Queen. Like flowers, and then she screams at me and eats me. It's like any good relationship. Could be thinking of praying mantis relationships, but you know, there's not a huge difference between praying mantises and humans. I think all the major differences are fairly insubstantial, you know. Alright. So, they're all the way down there. Was there another one down there, though? I thought there was. Oh, jeez, more penguins. Hopefully they'll kill those frogs over there. Alright. Thermal stone's keeping okay. We got our big shaggy beard, so no worries as far as that goes. Actually, our thermal stone just went out. Fantastic, that was fast. Okay, we're just about at the spiders, though, so that's fine. Still 2. Fantastic. Gotta go a little bit closer, let them aggro a little bit better. I'm gonna get over here, and just good silk. I do have a tiny bit of silk stockpiled up, but I was mostly just coming down here to sort of check. And we're going to have to light a fire. It's going to go up fairly quickly because it is snowing. It is a colder day, I think, than it has been on other days. Alright, let's pick that up and just throw it down over here. Draw this away from the nest. Seems to have been far enough away, that's fine. Oh. Well, that worked. Getting a lot of monster meat now. That's fine. What? Drat. Okay, well, that's the best we're going to be able to do. I'm just going to leave this here. It doesn't really matter. I could actually put a fire pit near there. That would probably be a good idea we might do that the next day. I'll have to see if I've got the rocks for it. See if I've got the stones for it. I would imagine I would. It's not that scary. But, yeah, as well, being able to jerkify this bit of monster meat, since we're running out of monster meat jerky as well. Going to be a good idea. Alright, so let's eat that. And again, like flower picking, just it's how you recover sanity. Make sure you don't pick them all, but it's going to be pretty easy to not pick them all. Alright. And I think that it's been a couple of days. We might want to call this an episode pretty soon. Look at all these pengulls still loitering around my base. They're just like, we like it here. We're moving in. What you gonna do about it? And I'm like, nothing, Penguin Mafia. What was in this icebox? I don't think I'd start putting anything in there yet. No, good. Okay. Do we want to put this in here for now? I think we do. We're just gonna have burnt seeds for the night. I hear something. Yeah, I hear the giant. Okay. So, on that note, I think we're going to call this an episode. Don't want to fight it quite right now, but yeah, we'll be seeing him very, very shortly. So anyway, I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.